Hey guys, my name is Max and welcome to my movie channel. So I just got home from work. Long day today. Let me tell you. But everything was cool and I popped on Netflix just now and I wanted to show you guys something cuz I found something pretty cool over on Netflix that was recommended in one of the videos by my buddy TD Healthy 2015. A classic movie, one of his favorite movies of all time, if I remember correctly, and I'm pretty sure I do. Check this out. I just gotta find where it is. Right here. The Wraith with Charlie Sheen. Old school from 1986, as you can see right there. But I remember him mentioning this movie, so I threw it inside of my queue right there, as you can see. Probably gonna check that out in a couple of minutes. Before I relax and watch Netflix, I figure it's time to bring you guys another video, and today I'm going to be talking about the top 5 horror movie scenes that traumatized me when I was a kid. And by the way guys, if I look different and if I sound different on this video right here, it's because my old phone broke just yesterday and I had to buy a brand new phone today. And they said that the camera is the front facing camera is the same, and that the rear facing camera is actually better than my iPhone was. This is a bargain phone. This is like a, yeah, I got it right here. This is a LG Aristo right here. So I don't know, but it seems to be pretty good. I will say it's pretty fast. It's a pretty cool phone. And also, I forgot to mention, I'm not filming with my usual Canon HD camcorder that I film with because I forgot to charge it. So, alright guys, now the order that I put these films in is from number 5, I'm going to start there, work my way down to number 1. Number 5 through number 1, it's not signifying how great the scenes are, it's just signifying which one had the greatest effect on my young, fragile eggshell mind. Quoting the Doors right there. Ghosts crowded the child's young, fragile eggshell mind. Blood in the streets in a town of New Haven. I love the Doors. Anyways, guys, let's get started with our top 5. So the one at number 5, it's Scream 3. And I saw Scream 3 before I saw any of the other ones. It came out in the year 2000, so I was 7 years old. Yeah, I was 7 years old. No, I was 8 years old. And I just remember distinctly the very first opening scene is Cotton Weary is on the phone. Then he gets a phone call from the wrong number. Turns out it's like a woman who's a fan of his radio show. But it's not really a woman. Let's take a look at that.
So, why don't you tell me who you are?
Ooh, you're a naughty boy, Cotton. Now, what would your girlfriend say?
What makes you think I have a girlfriend?
I know you do. I'm right outside her bathroom door.
Who is this?
She's in the shower. She's got a nice little voice.
Yeah, so I probably don't have to tell you, just based upon that video clip, things did not go very well for Cotton or his girlfriend, as they both end up being murdered. And it just scared me so much. Not only is the mask from this movie series scary on its own, but, you know, the first one I saw, again, was Scream 3, and it just, I don't know, it's just so scary to me at the time. The whole voice changer thing with the telephone and the fact that this could happen in real life. Someone could disguise their voice and easily kill you. So it's very, I don't know, just scared me when I was a younger guy. Anyways, guys, moving on to our number 4 pick, we have the instant classic independent film from 1999. So I was 7 years old. So I think I saw it the first time when I was like 8 or 9. And it is The Blair Witch Project. Excellent movie, really cool. But this one terrified me when I was a kid. Just the fact that they're out there in the woods. They filmed it in black and white, the night vision parts. And, you know, some parts were in color as well. And it's just the fact that, you don't need a huge budget to terrify people. Noises in the dark, it just played off really well on the screen. And the fact that they improvised so many of these lines just came off as really authentic.
Hello?
So yeah, guys, it just goes to show you don't need a huge budget. Just noises in the dark is really terrifying, especially when I was a kid. I think I was 9 years old or 8 years old when I first watched this film. Very scary. My dad had it on one of his VHS tapes. He must have recorded it from like HBO or something like that. So, Blair Witch Project. Alright, guys, coming in on my number 3 pick is a film that I also saw on one of my dad's VHS tapes. This is a TV movie for Showtime. It was produced, and it was a partnership collaboration between both John Carpenter and Toby Hooper, and it is a three-story anthology, and it's Body Bags. This is a great movie, really amazing. I remember when I watched it, I started watching it in the last segment, which has Mark Hamill, Luke Skywalker, and the Joker, however you know him from. But there he is right there. And I remember I was probably like 7 years old. I was really big into Star Wars. So when I saw him, for some reason, I thought it was Star Wars, even though obviously it's not in space or anything. But at the time, I didn't realize. I thought it was Star Wars, and but it wasn't. Things went. Basically, he plays a baseball player who loses an eye in a car accident, and then things just start going really bad for him. Take a look.
I see things. I have to finish digging your grave.
Yeah, it was terrifying for me as a child. Traumatized me to my core. But whatever, man. I got over it. And Body Bags is an amazing film. I'm really happy that I own it. Instant classic. Alright, guys, for my number 2 pick, of course, probably one of the most influential movies, of my youth was Nightmare on Elm Street. Love Freddy Krueger. I love the whole series. This is an amazing movie. Here's Johnny Depp, actually, in one of his most early roles. But the scene that really got me, and I remember seeing it, I don't know what I was doing downstairs. I was not allowed really downstairs after a certain time. But I went downstairs. My dad was on the sofa. And I remember we had flannel sofa. Super throwback. And he was on the sofa and he was watching it. And I remember seeing this imagery of the arms just being stretched out, reaching like an impossible lengths. Take a look.
Please, God.
This is God.
Yeah, that imagery stuck with me for quite some time. But you know what? Freddy Krueger, an amazing movie, really scared me as a kid. Now that I'm an adult, I love it. I loved it anyway when I was a kid, so I mean, I like being scared. Guess I'm kind of weird. Anyways, guys, that brings us to our number 1 pick of the top horror scene that traumatized me as a kid. Before I tell you it, I'm going to, well, I guess I'll tell you what the clip is. It is from Friday the 13th. It is the final scene. It is the lake scene. This girl, she survived. It's the end of the movie. She's she's on the lake in a boat by herself. She killed Mrs. Voorhees, who was the killer in the movie. By the way, the movie's 37 years old. Yeah, so I'm not giving anything away. I hope you've seen it by now. But she killed the killer. She's in the boat, and then all of a sudden, Jason comes up and get her. and it's terrifying. I watch the clip, come back. I'm gonna tell you a really crazy story about this. Take a look. Scary stuff. But basically, what happened was, I remember seeing this one particular video clip. I was on the stairwell, and I mentioned this in my Blu-ray, in my dad's DVD collection. Our stairwell at my old house used to go up like this, and then there was like one long. It was like a step. It wasn't a step. It was like up here. Then it was like and then up like that. So it'd be like boom, boom, and it was a wall. So I was standing here and I was watching over the thing. My dad had it on the TV, and I caught this scene and it scared me half to death. But really, I started watching right before when Mrs. Voorhees, the killer, was decapitated with the fire axe. So I caught that scene. I don't know, I must have been 10, maybe 9, 8, I don't know, anywhere from 8 to 10. But anyways, look, here's the craziest thing, right? I remember like 2 weeks later or something like that, I was having a dream, and I remember this dream vividly. I was asleep. Me and my brother Robert, we used to share a room when we were kids, and I was asleep. We had two different beds. I was asleep, and I had this dream that Mrs. Voorhees had my foot and was holding my foot, and my foot was bare. She was holding my ankle, and she had a huge knife in her other hand, and then she wanted to slit open, vertically open my the bottom of my feet. And then I remember, this is a dream. I remember what she said. She said, "It's good for the garden. It's good for the garden." You know, I don't know what that means. There's nothing like that in the movie, but I remember that distinctly, and I woke myself up because I was like jerking and fighting, like I was kicking my legs so hard I woke myself up. So that one I think did the most damage to me, if you ask me. But you know what? These were all great movies. Now that I'm grown up, I appreciate them. I always did like them. Again, I like being scared. So who knows? Maybe I'm just nuts. I probably am. Anyways, guys, I want to thank you so much for watching this video and taking a look at the top 5 movie scenes, horror movie scenes that traumatized me when I was a kid. I thank you for watching it. If you guys want to leave me a comment below telling me what scenes, horror scenes, traumatized you as a kid, if there were any. I mean, there were some that weren't horror scenes. Some honorable mentions would probably be Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory. I don't really remember what scene in particular, but I always got creeped out watching that movie. And there was a couple of other ones as well. There was Beauty and the Beast, kind of creeped me out. I don't remember what particular part, but I don't know. And then also there was another movie, can't remember what it was, but it was like a kids movie, and it just rubbed me the wrong way. I really didn't like it. But yeah, a lot of kids movies are crazy too. Anyways, guys, thanks a lot for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it. Like, share, comment, subscribe, do all that good stuff. And if you do all 4 of those things, that's good karma for you, my friends. My name is Max. Don't forget to check out my next video, which is coming up tomorrow, which is, I'm not going to tell you, but it's a top 10 video, and you're not going to want to miss it. So I'll see you tomorrow.